Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Piece by Piece. I'm not wearing underwear. This is Paulo. Let's ride this pony. We do have our TV up here, the logo on it. Yeah. Our friend here, I got a deck of cards for, shit. Hold on. Shut the fuck up. Hold on, I got him. Fuck, I float these things around. Give me a minute. Bro, you tired.
I'm gonna pass out after this.
Paul was gonna fall asleep 15 minutes in.
For context, we both got off of work, early morning shifts, and then got here. I don't know why I'm tired. You're the one who's running. Because work.
It is currently what, 7 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's like 7.
I've been up since 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning.
I've been up since 7.
I've been running for at work and physically running here.
God, it's so hot at work.
So it was kind of cold today.
It was cold for like the first hour, but like
Once you start moving, it warms up.
the rest of it sucked. Okay, but like those last few hours, like in the afternoon, like 12 to 4, 12 to 5.
Not bad. I mean, not
Beaming heat.
talking about being tired, and while I was waiting on you to get out of work, I was at home, and
I told you not to fall asleep.
that's the thing. I was like, I gotta stay awake, so that way I can really just knock out when I go home or when I get back from here.
Yeah.
So I was watching TV. I was like, I got a couple hours. I can wash clothes. I washed clothes. I folded clothes. By the time, and I started reading. I was like, I'm gonna turn off TV. I'll read for a little bit. I wanted to start a new book. So I started reading, waiting on my clothes to get out of the dryer. I fell asleep while I was reading, but I wasn't like leaned up in bed or anything. I was sitting in a chair with like my feet just flat on the ground.
Do one of those things where you're like here for like 5 minutes and you're like.
So, and I'm glad I set an alarm for like, the dryer takes like 45 minutes. I set an alarm so that way I don't forget. I gotta go down and get it. So I'm sitting there, I'm reading, and then I start doing this thing. I'm like, oh.
It's the worst thing you could do.
And then this is what I did. I shut the book, and I just dropped. So I'm like, and then the alarm went off, scared the fuck out of me. I was like, oh God! And I was like, what is that? I was like, oh, I gotta go grab my clothes. So I like put the book down. I'm like shaking my head and like trying to wake myself up. I was like, I wasn't supposed to go to sleep. So
You don't have a washer and dryer in your apartment, do you?
no, I mean, they're at the apartment complex,
Yeah, it's in like the
but
middle
they're
area.
yeah, but they're not in the
It's one of those.
in like you have yours. So I mean, it's not bad though. They're brand new. They put in new ones, and they work out pretty good. They got several settings and whatnot.
Tune in for something funny. Asa broke his butt.
I broke my ass yesterday because we are shooting a short, funny video for the podcast itself, and I was running, which that's a mistake to begin with, and I was doing a stunt, if you will.
Asa does his own stunts.
I do my own stunts. I'm a real Tom Cruise and whoever
Tom Cruise
else.
does his own stunts? That's something we can talk about. Stunts.
I think Tom Cruise does his own stunts. But anyway, so I was doing my own stunt, real hardcore stuff. And I broke my ass. And I was like, oh, I just bruised it. But then I was like, no, legit, something is wrong with the left side of my ass. So we sat for a minute or two on the steps while I screamed in pain, and Paulo Snapchatted. I hurt myself. Stunts. As in like filming
Yeah.
and doing your own stunts.
Tom Cruise does his own stunts?
As far as I know, I think Tom Cruise,
I think Chris Pratt does
for the
his own
most
stunts, too.
part, does his own stunts.
I think Chris Pratt also does his own stunts. And that guy from James Bond.
Daniel Craig.
That guy.
Yeah, I think he does. Yeah, I've read a lot. I think he got hurt doing one of the stunts for this last one, so it kind of had to be pushed back or something like that.
Those are the only people that I know that.
But I will say you got to give it up for actors that don't do their own stunts, and you have the stunt people. I mean, they're stunt people for a lot of them, you know, a lot of movies that with a lot of action. You got to give it up to the stunt people that actually, you know, kind of feel
cool job.
Because you got to work out. You got to be, you know, obviously in
You gotta
shape.
be strong and resilient.
You got to be in shape. You got to be able to run without breaking your ass. You got to be, you know, stay fit and do whatever is going to look best on camera. It was very interesting, and they don't get a whole lot of credit. I now have hurt my ankle, my pasty white ankle is hurting today because I was doing some more running for the same video. But I will say I have had a lot of fun shooting the video because obviously I'm a film student and I do a lot of film stuff. And it's been a little minute since I've actually, I wouldn't call it acting, but like got into the sort of a production type of stage, you know, a feel to it with lights and camera angles and all that stuff that we've done. And so it felt really good to get back into it.
That's good.
So how about you? Are you having fun with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not super big into filming stuff. I guess I'm not super big into like the technical stuff of filming. I like the editing. I like the post stuff. That's super fun.
But you don't like actually shooting?
Not really. I like before, where you draw up the ideas, you think of cool shots, you draw out some storyboards. I like the post, where you can make a cool editing.
So you like the pre-production, like the post-production. You don't like the actual production itself?
No.
That's my favorite part, because that's when it really comes alive.
This is why it's great that we're both working on this then.
That's when it
Well,
comes
I guess for
alive.
me, I just see it as like, yeah, camera angles. I don't see the extra little depth that you probably do in doing all the little middle stuff. Whereas the same thing where you don't see
Oh, your art.
where you don't see the blue that goes on
The colors.
the colors.
Yeah.
I like
get
the
that.
aesthetics of shots and the establishment of them, but the actual doing it is like, man,
Yeah.
somebody else can do that.
Okay. Well, that's you know, I guess that's more.
But to be fair, that's kind of my like field. Is what I want to do. I want to do all the cool.
However,
stuff.
with me being the main star, if you will, of the short video,
That's arguable.
action star, compared to you and your scenes.
Okay, but my scenes are like the funny ones.
We'll let them decide.
We'll see.
Both of them will let us know what they think.
Emma.
Hi, Paul's mom. No, the me being the main character, if you will, in the short video, left you with a lot of the actual filming. So you were doing a lot that you didn't really like to do. We got some good shots. You got some good shots.
I didn't have a problem with it. Like, I'm not going to complain about it, obviously. I'm not going to be like, oh, I don't want to film. I don't want to.
Fine, do we just hurry up and do the shot?
Yeah, I like.
But I will say you did have some good ideas on like camera angles and camera,
Yeah.
you know, where it should go and whatnot.
It was just
You're not
something-
like completely dead to the production stage.
Yeah, that's what,
You know.
That's why. That's kind of what I was trying to get at. Like, it's not that I don't like it. It's just not my favorite part.
True.
It's kind of like painting, like in art too. Like in art, I don't like sketching or like doing the first little parts. It's boring. I want to get to the end part where it's already done and it looks nice and I can add the little details and stuff. Just want to get to that part already, but I have to
Or
go
can
through.
it just magically be done
Oh
with?
my God, I know.
Oh, I have to work.
Yeah, you got to do all the hard work before you can actually get it to the editing room.
True. Now so it's been fun. I've had a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun to do. I think we are finished shooting all the scenes.
I think so. I think it's pretty much done.
We are now in the editing stages of it, which have also been fun for me since I'm editing it, kind of getting back into the groove of film editing. It's very interesting. Speaking of groove,
Let's groove tonight.
That song is stuck in my head. Earth, Wind, and Fire is titled Let's Groove Tonight, right? Earth, Wind, and Fire song.
I think it just grew tonight.
Stuck in my head because Paula wants to sing it while I'm setting up.
There's also September.
September is another one. And great songs. But now they're stuck in my head. So I'm going to have to deal with that. So thanks for that.
Make it your alarm. Wake up.
You're like, tonight?
You're like half asleep.
No, so that one's gonna be stuck in my head. Speaking of clean clothes too, for this short video that we've been shooting, for continuity reasons, I've had to wear the same shirt and the same shorts
Have you washed that shirt?
each time.
You've washed it each time?
No, each time I've had to wear the same shirt and the same shorts because
Then
it's
like what, 3 times now?
right?
This is like
Three times. So after the first time of the big running and whatnot, I washed it, and then a week later, which was today and the day before, yesterday, I had to wear it again. So it was washed, but then yesterday I put it back on to do scenes, and then today I put it back on. So I didn't wash it today because I knew I was going to wear it again today. But my thought was, we've shot basically in the same areas. So if there's anybody looking at me, and they like, oh, that guy was here last week. Oh, that guy was here yesterday. Oh, that guy's here again today. Just out in, around here. I'm thinking, I get very self-conscious, whatnot. I'm thinking that they're looking at me like, does this dude ever do laundry? Because I'm wearing the same clothes every time, which for us it makes sense. But for outside people not knowing that we're shooting anything, it's like, this guy is disgusting and has the same clothes on from last week and from the day before.
It's film, baby.
All right, well.
Except for that lady who likes apes. I don't know. What's her name?
Apes?
Yeah. Monkey lady. You know what her name is? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Put a picture of her right here, Asa. If you figure it out.
It's gonna be a big fucking question mark.
It's the monkey lady. She's got like a ponytail, white hair. She likes apes, monkeys, orangutans because they're like close to humans, and bananas.
You literally gave me no good information.
I know. I don't know her name.
You're like,
she
has hair and eyeballs. She likes apes and
that's her only notable trait is that she likes apes and she's old.
Old ape-loving lady?
Yes, Google that. I promise you, if you Google that, you will find her.
Well, I'm gonna find something, but I don't think it's gonna be what you're thinking about.
She's the only one that I can think of. She's got a master class on loving apes. She knows how to speak it.
I read a book. I was reading a book, like I said, I was reading a book before I came here.
What book were you reading before you got here, Asa?
It's called Go Set a Watchman. It is a sequel to the classic To Kill a Mockingbird. And there's an interesting story behind it, behind the process of how it got published and whatnot. Look it up. I found it very interesting. One of my favorite books is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. We may have had this conversation months ago in our book talk. But anyway, that's one of my favorite books. So this one being a sequel to it, coming out years later, decades later, I was like, gotta get it. And I started reading it right after it came out, but then I got busy with whatever else. But now I started reading it again, and I'm gonna go through it and try to actually finish it. Because it's a good book, I can tell, But, and the author behind it that wrote To Kill a Mockingbird and Go Set a Watchman, that's all she wrote. That's it. And they're like classics. And she only wrote the 2. She was a very private person. She was an interesting person. I saw a strange ass bird yesterday. Very strange. It was orange and white, and had like a tail that had like a V shape, like little spiked out. It was in the parking lot, but it was orange and white. Maybe had like a little bit of black on its head. Never seen a bird like that before. I should Google that. I'm gonna look that up because I thought it was kind of weird. I just like grabbed a French fry and took it off.
Was it in the parking lot?
Yeah, it was just in the parking lot.
You know what? That's a great conversation. Parking lot birds. They are a different breed of bird than anything else I experience. And I don't know why it gets talked about more. They are so arrogant. They are so careless of themselves. They're just kind of assholes sometimes, you know? Like, I'm just trying to sit down outside of the store, eating my sandwich, and they just come up to me thinking I'm gonna give them food. I'm like, no, just because I think you're a cute little bird, get the fuck out of my face. No, I'm trying to eat my goddamn sandwich. And then he like goes off and then he'll come back and just walk. He doesn't even fly. I'm like, cause he knows he's gonna do something.
See,
cause he knows I'm not gonna do something is what I'm saying.
When I'm driving into work, or even out of work.
When I'm driving, they don't fly away. They'll fly away if you get really close, but like, they'll just kind of like walk because they know you're gonna stop. Like, they don't give a shit.
Walk.
They don't care.
That's what I don't get.
They'll walk.
It happens so many
everywhere.
times. Early in the morning, I'm driving to work, and here's a bird. I'm like, oh, it's a bird, and he's just running. He's moving. He's booking across the parking lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have wings. Fly. No, he just, I'm gonna get in front of your truck. I'm like, no. Why? Why would you not?
They know you're gonna stop.
One day I'm not.
Because they know you're gonna go, oh, bird, and you're gonna slow down a little bit, and then they're gonna keep walking, so they go, ha ha ha.
I just, it is funny though, just seeing those little legs, just like,
yeah, that'd be great.
getting it. I'm like, but bro,
I think they're gonna.
like you have wings.
Yeah.
Here's a question: if you're in a park, okay, and you see a bench, just an empty bench, and you go sit down. For you, I doubt you think about it, but we just had a topic about parking lot birds. So if you go sit down on this bench, do you sit on one side of it, like left or right side, or do you sit right in the middle? What would you do?
I sit right in the middle.
You would sit right in the middle of the bench?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Because it's my bench.
It's a public bench.
Who the fuck?
But you're gonna make it your bench by sitting right in the middle. That way, it feels awkward for anybody else to sit next to you.
What are the context? What?
Right?
No, just because I want the bench. What are the context? How big is the bench? Where am I at?
The bench
Is
is
there
big.
people walking by me?
The bench is big enough to fit.
What's
3
the weather? There's a lot of.
Really?
Yeah.
The bench is big enough to fit 3
I
people.
mean, if it's obviously like a really busy public place, a lot of people going by, a lot of commotion, I'm gonna sit on one side because it's like, well, I don't know who else wants to sit there. If I'm in a public place and there's nobody fucking walking by me, that's my bench. I don't care. It's your own bench.
Okay. All right, so that about wraps it up here with us on episode 16. I will say, I know we talked about the video earlier. We do have a video, a little short video. It's hilarious, I think. And we're putting that together, so just stay tuned for that. And stay tuned for any other funny little bits that we're trying to get more out there, more little funny bits and good little times. So just stay tuned for that and keep watching. And thank y'all for tuning in now on this episode.
I picked up a new hobby. I'm playing Warhammer now. Warhammer Age of Sigmar. It's pretty great. I got some friends who wanted me to play 40k, and I played it a little bit, and I got like the first strike box and stuff, and it was pretty cool. I liked it, but then I saw Age of Sigmar, and then that one was like way better because like the Stormcast Eternals and the Nighthawks are like so cool. So like getting the Soul Wars box was like amazing. So anyway, I like playing the Nighthawks. My brother plays the Saffron. They're like dinosaur people who are like Mayan mixtures. They're like dinosaurs who ride dinosaurs. I have another brother who he plays the Khorne Bloodbound, and they're really cool because they have a lot of additions to their attacks, and then they get like spectral units that add more attacks, so they're just like all about attacking and stuff. And like my Nighthawks don't really do a lot of damage. They have a really low HP cost. They have like 1 wound, but I get 2 range and I can like get 2 objectives because my movement is 8 inches. But you know, sometimes I like playing the Stormcat Eternals, but my younger brother uses those because they're more like an elite class unit. They look really cool. You get less units, but they have like 3 wounds or hit really hard, that kind of stuff.